Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dina Audi Azahra. My last student number is 32. So now I would like to explain about my presentation. The topic is about use of technology in English language teaching. Is it helping students and teachers? Next slide, please. Okay. So here is what is the definition for ELT and technology. So ELT and technology is the same, but different. ELT and technology has related, but there are different definition. So with the advent of technology and globalization, 21st century has become the era of bilingualism or multilingualism. A survey suggests that from year 2000, English speaking and learning has become a necessity. And in 14 years after 2000, graphs of English speakers and learners is increasing day by day. So it means that there are so many English speakers in the world uh, increase. It means that improve years by years and day by day. Recently, this research got a change to visit Oxford University for a summer seminar. And it was really astonished to know that many countries like ours one facing problems in auto learning. They have pronunciation problems, grammatical errors, and construction problems too. But many countries are using modern gadgets and are technological advanced. They made a fusion of English teaching with technology and electronic aid. So it means that they are progressing and finding some good result in English language teaching. Next slide, please. Okay, so in here, it is a focus on necessity of ICT in English teaching. There are five. The first one is to engage students' interest in teaching. So to make students interest in teaching or maybe in the learning process, the use of ICT and multimedia is really necessary. There are many apps, devices, and their use which attracts students to learn. The second one is traditional teaching always hampers students to interact with each other. It means the result they can become passive listeners only. Uh, they don't understand structure, they don't understand meaning and comprehension of language. So it cannot make sentences and speak. Technological introduction give them opportunity to see visual and audio aid and change communication skills. The third one is use of ICT and multimedia in change students' knowledge. Use of ICT and multimedia. In here, this research focus to make students' knowledge and improve students' knowledge and give them some opening in classroom study. So technology also can be used when you as a teacher give or maybe open the teaching and learning process using some video or maybe listening some audio using the multimedia application. The fourth is multimedia enrich teaching content and it means that they are many apps which offer the teacher to interact with students one-to-one at any time, even when they are not physically present. So like we are using now, technology also can use in virtual communication. It means like you and I use this virtual communication with the multimedia Zoom, right? So it means that we are not physically present, but we can use this application or multimedia in teaching and learning process. Okay, the next is technology always makes liveliness in teaching. It means that if you are in the class or maybe you are a teacher, You can make class become interesting, interactive, as ICT offers sound and pictures coming together. Students can use these things in the absence of teacher and revise the content for better understanding. So the technology always make liveliness in teaching. It means that the students cannot get bored. They can pay attention because they interest in teaching and learning process using this video or maybe media application. So they are focused and they have some motivation to learn something using technology. Okay, the next one or the last is language teaching is not a one-day process. It is a continuous process and needs special attention and revisions. So, teachers can give tasks to students and they can see their contents with the help of devices as per their need. Students can use technology, contact their teachers through net when not in class, and get their expert advice as and when required. So it means that this technology can use when you are as a student can text your teacher, or maybe you want to get some advanced suggestion, you can just throw on WhatsApp or maybe Messenger and etc. Next slide, please. Okay, so here, this is focused on problems in the use of ICT. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 problems for this article that can show the problem when we use this ICT in the classroom. The first one, dependence on devices can be sometimes a problem in itself. So this means we as a teachers become slaves of instruments and their features, and they cannot give their own suggestion to the practical problems students face. The creativity of the teacher sometimes disappears. So this is focused when we as a teacher cannot handle the problems in the technology. So we don't have any suggestion to give to the students when students have the problem, when students have problem facing this technology. Okay, the next is one-to-one speech and teacher-student eye contact totally diminished, which is not good. It is necessary that teachers should talk to students. So the technology can also decrease the communication whether teacher and students in the classroom. It means like the teacher focus in their technology and the students also focus in their own technology. So they are not communicate or maybe see eye by each other in the teaching and learning process. Okay, the next is thinking capability of students and teacher both disappears. It means like they know that they have to give certain commands. Maybe click such and such buttons, or maybe teachers can guide students to think and cultivate capacity to solve problem, but all process is so time consuming that they cannot give and take feedback. So both teacher and students have some disappears capability. So maybe their knowledge in technology is really low. So it can make some problems when they use this ICT. Okay, the next is multimedia takes away students' ability to think, analyze, and explore. So what it means by takes away students' ability, it means that they know that by clicking certain buttons, they will get everything to their habit of query. But this is for quest of knowledge is finished. It means like they just uh, they just maybe they just want to to search an information only using technology, not using some books or maybe asking by students. So it means like this multimedia can take away students' ability to think. They don't want to critical thinking because it is practiced when using technology. Like in this era, some students uh, really what some students really need or maybe really helped by the internet when they want to search any question or maybe they want to search any answer, so they just type in the Google about the questions, and yes, there are so many answer from the Google. So it means like they don't think critically, or maybe this multimedia takes away students' ability to think, analyze, and explore about their capability of knowledge. Okay, the last is use of technology is good for universities and college where students teacher ratio is 20 or below. So this technology is really good if it is used by students university. Maybe it is at least 20 years old. But the problem is the country like India or maybe other ASEAN countries that have larger population and large classroom, they cannot take technology to be their fair friend. It means like they don't have the first one, they don't have any technology to be with them, and the second one, there are so many children use technology than students university. It is the problem because the first important thing is the students university to use this ICT in English language teaching. Okay, the next slide please. Okay, the next slide is some suggestion for blending of technology with traditional teaching. Okay, the traditional teaching, before I explain what is some suggestion for this blending with technology and traditional teaching. So, between technology and traditional teaching, it is really different, right? Because why? Because technology is really modern. That traditional is really, yes, traditional with the old era, the old method of teaching. So the traditional teaching and its application is quite different from technological teaching. These days, actually, there are smart classes in the world that use smart classes are in great demand, and even teachers feel comfortable with technological blending, as this can make teaching not only easier and innovative, but it can make rosy students' interest in classroom as well as home tasks. Technology makes students involved and they try to discover their knowledge and all of the time. So this is some suggestion for blending the technology with traditional teaching, because there are some teachers and students may be difficult to adapt in the technological teaching. So the first one is combination of technology with application in classroom teaching has to be adequate. It means like they should not leave class. They should not leave class unaided, but try to interpret all the aspects which are shown through the use of technology. So it means like they in this case they have some combination. If you are as a teacher, you must combine the technology with the application in classroom teaching. So if example there are 10 in the classroom, so you combine using pen with the technology. It means like you draw some, maybe you draw or maybe you write in the tablet of application. So it means like it is can make suggestion to make students understand using this technological teaching like that. Okay, the second one is blackboard teaching should always be encouraged along with use of computers and other devices. Although computers, laptops, iPad, and projectors can do a lot, but still importance of blackboard cannot be overlooked. It can be whiteboard or maybe green board. When a teacher use board to give their viewpoint, it is inscribed at once in memory. So if you are a teacher in the future, it means like you use technological teaching, but you cannot forget using a blackboard. Because why? Because blackboard is really important. Blackboard is the main point in traditional teaching. We use blackboard since we enter elementary school. So if you want to write some points, or maybe if you want to give some advice or a suggestion to your students, you can directly write in the blackboard. It means like, yes, blackboard is really important. It is really important too when you want to blend it technology and traditional teaching. If whether it has so many laptops or maybe there are so many computers in one class, but yes, we still need some blackboards or maybe one blackboard in the teaching and learning process. Okay, the third one is use of technology contains many apps and softwares. It can make such as presentation with the help of animation, PowerPoints, and other things. But some issues need to be discussed in person only, and sometimes students want to speak by their own. So a teacher should always encourage his students to speak their own views without any hesitation. So it means that if your students use some presentation use a presentation with animation, but still we need to speak or maybe to give some opinions or maybe their own views in traditional teaching when you want to blend the technological teaching in the classroom. Okay, the next one is multimedia and technology can give many good replacements, but still all the device used traditionally. What you can get with this point in this case, we can use such as board, like I said before, chalks, and use of even traditional tape recorder for speaking. It is still great. Although there are many software which work as replacement, such as application named Vocaro, but the personal touch a student need is also important. So it means like if you will be a teacher in the future, it means like you use so many multimedia application, right? Such as YouTube, or maybe you need Vocaro, or maybe you need Skype, Zoom, Google Meet, but still you need a traditional traditional type of thing like blackboard, spidol marker, and also you need some traditional tape recorder if you have. So it means like it can make some blended in technological traditional, and it has some blended in traditional teaching and technological teaching. Okay, next is surveying is always injurious. Similarly, excess of technology may make classroom studies little dull. So it means that teacher use it to show that students like it, but students don't apply their brain. But students and teachers both have become slave of devices and their use. Okay, this language teaching is based on students' participation and interaction. So to some extent, when students become dull and don't complete their tasks of listening or maybe speaking or maybe writing, the use of technology can change this at once. So its exist of technology can be avoided in ELT, or maybe you can avoid this technology in your teaching and learning process. Okay, next slide, please. Why this technology needed for ELT? There are a second point why this technology needed for English language teaching. The first one is the present generation is called net generations. So we lived day by day, years by years, so it has some improvement. It has some improvement in traditional teaching to technological teaching. So it means like we are Gen Z. So in this era, we use internet. All of our activities based on technology, all of our all our exercises every day we used uh, internet or maybe media application. So it is called as net generation. So yes, this is the main point why we need technology in ELT, because we are net generation. We use this because the world has improvement. The world has improvement to make some better better learning in the classroom. Okay, the second one is find new and innovative information through net and apply them in the reading, writing, and learning. So actually there are so many information, right, in Google or maybe in some media application. So if you want to teach your students, if you want to make some understanding clear enough to the students, you cannot just use only from the book or maybe from your knowledge, but there are so many information through internet, and it can be applied when you teach writing, when you teach reading, when you teach speaking and listening. So there are so many innovation, the type of teaching, some English language teaching to the students in the classroom. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is the last slide. It is just only the addition for the some apps and devices which helps for ELT. This application can be used in the laptop, can be used in the handphone, can be used in the computer and tablet. So the first one is Edmodo or Edmodo. This app, this can make which teachers and students make their own account in group and can discuss and share their views. Even tasks, homeworks can be given and discussed. Even parents can join it to check activities of their children. So this application is really helped by students, teachers, and parents. The second one is Pokero. This is an app which allows teachers to check their students' tasks and give them feedback vocally directly. This app is again one-to-one conversation where teacher directly give his or her feedback to the students. So this Vocero is really neat when we as a students we want to get some feedback from the teacher. Yes, this Vocero is really help because it can make some vocally directly, so the teachers can give feedback using their vocal and using their sounds directly to the students. Okay, the next is YouTube. It is full of audios, videos, and many films on each subject students want to learn or read. It gives picturization of all the desired material. Even grammar, notes can be shared with the help of YouTube. So YouTube is such a video app. This media is contain so many video can help teachers, students to improve their learning using this YouTube, this application. The fourth one is ebooks. In this present time, when purchasing books of many authors has become a costly affair, students can download chapters or maybe even books for internet and read them as and when required. So this ebook is really helpful. You can use ebook when you in your handphone, in your smartphone. So you can search many ebooks from other authors, and there are some ebooks that is free for you. So it is just to make practicing. You can read to some places. You cannot bring your book anymore with if you have ebooks. So it means like ebooks is really help. Okay, the last or the fifth is Story Dice. It is an app that works on Android phones and laptop. This app is used in making videos of students and their presentation. So this video is really help when we have some exercise or maybe tasks from the student, from the teacher, to make some videos of, or maybe to make some presentation. Okay. I think that's all for my explanation. Now I would like to open question and answer section. Say your name and your student number.
Salsa, please.
Rizky, please.
Okay, Salsa, your turn.
Okay, Dina, thank you. My name is Salsa Blanhaliza. I want to ask, you said that multimedia takes away student ability to think, analyze, and explore. And so how to solve the problem?
Okay, thank you, Salsa. Next question, please.
Rizky, please.
Okay, Dea.
Okay, thank you. So my question is, what are the difficulties in blending technology with traditional teaching?
Okay. Next one. Next question, please.
Rizky, please.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. My name is Muhammad Azki Pratama. My master number is 34. You said that traditional teaching hampers students from interacting with each other. So
Yes.
that means the technology can make it easier for them to interact with each other and thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your question, Rizky. Okay, now I would like to answer Salsabila's question first. You said that multimedia takes away students' ability to think, analyze, and explore. So how to solve that problem? To solve this problem, if you are as a student, you can search in internet, but using this multimedia, but it is not the main point. It is not the main thing that you want to get the answer or the information using this multimedia. So it is can make you not critical thinking, and also cannot make you to analyze yourself. So you can search to another book, or maybe you can ask to your you can ask to your teacher. So it can make you critical thinking, more thinking, and you can analyze yourself whether you can answer the question or no. And for addition, you may search the information using the multimedia in the internet. I think that's all, Salsabila. Did I answer your question?
Yes, Dina, you did. Thank you, Din.
Okay, welcome. Okay, next question. It is from Dea. What are the difficulties in blending technology with traditional teaching? So the difficulties, for my opinion, it is based on the teacher. If the teacher cannot blend using both of technology class and also traditional teaching, it is really what, yeah, it is really hard to do when the teachers cannot use both of them. So it means that I think the teacher should study or maybe explore about how to blend. Like I said before, there are so many right suggestions from the last PowerPoint that I explained before. There are so many suggestions that can blend using technological learning and traditional learning. So it can used by teachers to apply it in the classroom. So I think the difficulties is based on the teacher's experience and teacher's knowledge, whether the teachers can make it or maybe the teachers cannot make to blend the technological teaching and the traditional teaching. Okay, I think that's all. Dea, did I answer your question?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dina.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, next question is from Rizky. Okay. You said that traditional teaching hampers students from interacting with each other. So that means the technology can make it easier for them to interact with each other. Can you explain it with an example? So actually, Rizky, both of them can make interact. We can interact by traditional teaching and technological teaching. But from your question, why technological is really easier than traditional teaching, right? Yes, technology can make easier because if you and I with the different places like we are using now in this Zoom meeting, this is the example, Rizky. So when you're physically not in that place, you can use this multimedia. It means technology, and it called as technological learning. So this is can make easier interacting with each other. Like we use this application, Zoom meeting, right? We can share our opinion, we can interact by each other with each with each other using question and answer, or maybe we can use to interact by each other by each other just using to communication, or maybe just use like presentation. So yes, it is easier using technology to interact with each other. So example it, I think that is the example. Did I answer the question, Rizky?
Yes, Dina. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you for your great attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.